Welcome to the Legends of Lanimora podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Nathan. With me this evening, I have Emily.
Hello.
Nicole.
What's up?
And Nova.
Heyo.
We are a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. In last week's episode, it was just Emily and I last week. But in the episode before that, our last episode with the full cast, we had a special guest, Lane, on from the City and Snow podcast. She was playing the character Lily, the rogue, and the party had a murder mystery, or it wasn't a murder mystery, it was a very SVU themed episode. Long story short, they found the Temple of Depths and Darkness that was being constructed in Ada's bounty. Just what they were looking for. Clap, 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 clap. And Drew saw her mom for the first time in over a decade. She wasn't doing so hot with that knowledge. Left a note for her and could not get a good trance in that night. And had a little run-in with the shepherd. Talked to the shepherd for a little while. I'll let Drew describe that to the players in character. We'll go over all of that. But
yeah, the thing that I remember in complete detail.
Yes. Drew had at the very last episode that we did, episode 14.5, was just a one-on-one episode with Emily and I. Drew had a little run-in with the shepherd, and we did a few other things, but we're going to do all of that recap in character as Drew, and I will help as needed. The party is staying the night at Pulwit Sims Mansion Estate. What did I call it?
Estate.
In Ada's Bounty. And you've woken up. It's morning time now. You all leveled up too, by the way, which I totally told you more than 30 minutes ago.
It's okay. I definitely leveled up last time, too. Leveling up as a warlock is hard. And I'm pretty. No, it is hard, though, and I just haven't done it yet.
So you all woken up in Pulwit Sims' estate, and Drew, you're at the front door already, having just discovered the note that you found at the end of last week's episode that I left you on the cliffhanger of. Saph and Scar, what are y'all doing?
I'm probably like... Did we all sleep in the same room or something? Or did we like...
I don't know, did you all push all the beds together, make a big cuddle puddle?
I was going to defer to Nathan, actually, if Cicoba and I could use the guest room.
Oh. They
Allowed?
were
Want to be in
roommates.
the cuddle puddles? Fuck up.
I probably would I'd probably hear like Drew shuffling around or something and go find out what she's doing, because I'm curious what the sounds are. Like someone opened the door, or I hear footsteps, someone shuffled around, like I'm alert like that.
Okay. Scar, you are in your small clothes, I guess. You don't sleep in your armor, and you see Drew.
What are you talking about?
standing
Of course
at
I
the...
sleep in my armor.
Okay, take a note of that.
Stay ready so you don't gotta get ready.
Scar always has one level of exhaustion because she sleeps in her armor.
No, I feel like because I was getting so used to it when I was trying to be sneaky in it, that like I'm just used to it by now. It's like a second skin.
I'm seeing like a little comic strip panel of Scar showering with her armor on, sleeping with her armor on, eating breakfast with her armor on. Just...
You weren't there for the joke. I think it was last night when I told Emily and Nathan how in high school I didn't want to take any art classes or anything like that, or any electives. So I asked if I could have gym for a second period twice. And Emily goes, "Oh my God, that's such a Scar thing to do."
I don't want to do art. Can't I just do double gym? Who the fuck? How are we best friends?
Hey, I was, real quick, teacher, I was wondering if I could actually run the mile in my street clothes, both before and after math, please.
Science was always, gym was always, you either had lab or you had gym on alternate days. And I wanted to have gym every day. It was bullshit.
I don't understand. We're just different people.
So anyway, Scar, you see Drew standing in the door of Paul Whitson's estate, and she looks to be holding a piece of parchment.
Hey, Drew, what you got there?
I'm gonna hand it to Scar like she knows what the fuck that is. And I'm gonna go sit at the table or I'm gonna go warm up my tea. I had tea a couple hours ago, but I'm gonna go heat all that shit up.
Okay. Scar, would you like to roll a... You look at it and you're trying to figure out what you would need to use in order to figure this out. And so you're torn between Arcana and History? Roll an Arcana or a History.
Both of those. I just want to point out that I am using my amazing Keep Flying D20 for the first time. So excited. If you haven't checked out the band Keep Flying, go check them out. That's a 2. Plus 2 is a 4.
Well.
So you look at this piece of parchment, and to your expertly trained eye, this is clearly just a stained piece of parchment, like someone left their coffee on it.
Probably should have not taken double gym.
Amazing.
I'm just gonna look over to Drew and be like, is this supposed to mean something?
It means that paper I gave to my mom. Did I tell them about that out of character?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because Lily went off and put it up next to Leandria.
Yeah. Remember that note I snuck to my mom to let her know that I was here?
Yeah.
That's her reply. She wants to know who I am.
Oh. So that means that she lost her memory, I'm guessing? Kind of like what happened to Kira and Mara and them?
Most likely.
Maybe.
In any case, she does not remember me.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
That was a good joke. Sorry.
It's a good joke.
That's the perfect time for that.
It is.
Anyway. No, that really sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What are we going to do about that?
I don't know. I think I could respond to her because I think she's intrigued enough to figure out who I am. She at least remembers enough that she remembers what the symbol means, so I can at least talk to her. And I think she'd want to know who I am if I'm using that symbol. That she at least remembers, she's going to want to know who I am. So I think I could respond to her, but the thing is, we'd have to stay here for at least a couple more days.
When Drew was saying that, Saph comes down the stairs and enters the kitchen in Cicoba's oversized shirt and no shoes, and goes to get glasses of water and hears, "We should stay here another couple of days," and she looks over and goes, Why's that?
My mom replied to me, she doesn't know who I am, but I think she's interested to find out who I am. But the thing is, in order to communicate with her, it's going to be a couple days. So I don't know. I don't think we can stay here. We don't have to stay, like, here, but, like, we need to stay in town.
Yeah, probably not here, because of the dead guy and all.
Yeah.
It's not like he's here.
People are going to come looking for him, though. And then they're
Yeah,
gonna
but,
find
like,
us.
We could just be like, he went on vacation. Like,
Okay, these are like fantasy cops, not real life cops. They're not stupid.
nah, they are pretty stupid. I was one of them. I should know.
They're not gonna just leave because we're like, nah, everything is cool here.
That was a self-burn.
Maybe they'll send a copper mantle who didn't take 2 courses in gym and actually like studied.
Listen, maybe they'll send a copper mantle who didn't study the whatever the fuck the third, whatever the fuck the name of the lilies. Third mercy.
Fourth mercy.
Fourth mercy, whatever.
It's very funny that you can't remember history while you're like just got burned for like taking 2 gym classes.
But if y'all remember from the episode, I in-depth studied the Fourth Mercy. I witnessed a bunch of their crime scenes, so I know a lot about them. So I could totally school whatever copper mantles come here with my knowledge and fake them out and be like, oh, I know all about the Fourth Mercy. I told Pulwit to go on vacation so we could stake the house out for them. We're hired help. We're like private detectives. We're trying to help figure out who's trying to kill him.
Are you? And you're gonna have to be like, I am a very wanted ex-copper mantle.
They
have
don't
you forgotten
know
we
me.
are wanted? There's a picture of you in the station. They know who you are because you're most wanted. Have we all forgotten?
Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
Shit, I forgot about that.
Scar and Saph, what are your passive perceptions?
Basically nothing. So don't look at me.
Mine's super high.
Mine is 11.
Mine's 10.
It's high
Mine's 17. I haven't even leveled up.
Yeah, it's high enough. I don't think Drew is trying to hide it. As you're talking with Drew, both of you notice at different times that she has the amulet of the shepherd that you all got from the. You got it from the Tomb of Idrinden, didn't you? That was way, way back.
I love how sometimes Nathan's like, "Hey, remember this plot point you forgot to tell your friends about?"
No, it's the one. It's the necklace that I was like, touch it, do it.
Yeah, that was from the Tomb of Idrinden, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was around Tuprix's neck, and Saph had it for a while, but it was calling to Drew, and I was like, touch it.
Yeah.
That necklace is back, and it's around Drew's neck.
Back? Where did it go? I didn't know she lost it.
She didn't lose it. In probably about this time in season 1, when she did finally touch it, remember it branded her hand with the same symbol and disappeared.
That's right.
Get back.
I feel like Scar would not give a shit about a necklace. So I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm not.
Saph does. She's like,
yeah, Saph for sure would.
What? Where did that come from? And is it going to make you crazy?
No, I'm going to take the necklace off and I hold it up and I show that it's the same mark as is on my hand. It's still in my hand, yeah?
Was on your hand. It's gone now.
It's gone now. Okay, I thought you said it was still
the
there.
necklace is back.
And I hold up the necklace and I'm like, this. I had a quick chat with the shepherd, I think, is what he would like to be called. Feels very weird, but we're just going to start doing that together. The shepherd. He basically said that I asked, first of all, if my mom was actually like fully alive or if something else was inhabiting her body. Super fun. He said no. She was alive. Her soul is not with him. I got to see where all the souls go. That was fun. It's like a swirly soup situation. I love soup.
Good soup.
Good soup.
Oh, I'm hungry. Saph says in
the
character.
TikTok
That was a
episode.
good one. That was a good one, though. You gotta make it work. That was a good one. Good soup. Yeah, it's like a nice little thick soul soup up there, so that's cool. And so he essentially told me that he doesn't know shit about the unending horde. However, when I mentioned unending host, but when I mentioned the Amo, he was like, "Oh, I helped make them." And
What?
yes, apparently, he helped the people who were making them make them. So I think like it was kind of like the same situation where like, you know,
Does that mean that the
I help souls carry the souls to you, and other people did the same thing for him. Yeah, I'm not the first soul carrier. You feel?
Does that
Does that mean that the shepherd knows Halartha? Sorry, was that what you were going to ask?
Exactly. Yeah.
It was great that you both asked this question because no, I did not think to ask that. It's great. Anything else?
You didn't ask about Ilar? About Adrinden? You're wearing his amulet.
No. But he did say that the amulet would help us find Amo Geld, well, really any of the Amos, and it will lead us to them. And I hold it up and kind of like,
Oh.
back and forth.
You got a magic compass?
Essentially,
Cool.
yeah.
Idea. Saph goes, idea. And she's like, we could immediately like fast travel back to the tree, use that on the tree, and see if the wood
Tulk.
Amo is in there. Tulk. Right? Because that's going to help us find the Amo. Somehow.
Or, not saying that we shouldn't do that, because we can fast travel, although I'm still really murky on the details of how to do that. We could use it here and see if, like, is it getting warmer? Like, like, is there one here right now?
Out of character, correct me if I'm wrong, Nathan. This thing works like it'll light up when we're close. Yeah.
It was not told to you exactly how it worked.
Cool. And I didn't ask any questions, did I?
You did not. Follow your heart, babe.
Fun.
I'm really good at this.
Follow your heart, not the
Listen.
directions.
Listen, there were a lot of questions that Safina didn't ask when she had her whole Scrivener Orb backstory thing. And I was like, what do you mean you didn't ask
I
this?
asked so many questions.
You did, but when we were on our walk and you were telling me all about the questions that you asked, I was like, why didn't you ask this one or this one or this one? There were like a bunch of questions that I had.
This is why it's fun to do one-on-one episodes, because it really lets the character shine through and what's really important to the characters.
That's fair. And to Drew, it was like her mom, herself, end of list.
No, that's fair.
She had
Oh, yeah, and show me where all the souls are. Yeah.
And Saph was all, knowledge. What about the Scriveners? What about Idrinden? What about these mysteries?
That's fair.
So
It's on
for
brand.
Scar's episode, I'm going to
It's
request.
it's just one skill challenge that's all athletics based.
I was just gonna say, can I go
double
on
gym.
like a solo
gym.
battle mission? Like, it's a
you're gonna
Pokemon
be
gym.
you're on an episode of Legends of Lanimora's version of Wipeout, actually.
Most extreme challenge. That's what I want to do.
Yes.
Amazing.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna ask in character. Hey, so how does that work then?
I don't know. I think it would light up if we get close to it.
Well, it's not light now.
So we're not close.
Oh, so good. So what do we want to do about where we're gonna stay? Because I know you said you wanted to keep close to talk to your mom. Do you think that's wise though?
I think I really only just need to leave one more note to tell her
To be like your daughter?
What
No.
if?
I don't think I just want to tell her who I am. I think I'm going to ask her to meet me. I think that's going to be the best way.
Wild.
I think she would come alone because I think that this would be far enough in her past that she learned this language that she would come alone. And I think that she would be interested enough to come at all. So I think I'm going to leave a note that's like, essentially like, meet me at this place, insert place here, and then like, if that can be either wherever we're going. Like if we go stay at a tavern, I can ask her to meet me at said tavern, where we can meet at like a weird tree. Meet me at the gnarled tree in the woods. Whatever the fuck. And then she can meet me there, and then I can figure out what's going on with her.
How do you plan on getting this message back to her?
I'm going to leave essentially another note right here where she left this one. Who are you? I'm going to leave another symbol here that lets her know where to meet me. Because she'll come back here to get her answer. If she cared enough to leave a note, she'll come back here to get her answer.
That's fair. I kind of want to be a dick and make Nathan do the, I can't remember his name now. The guy that I had like tied up on the bulwark aisles that I set free, that we looked, I literally listened to the episode. It's like Wilhelm or something like that.
No, it's Will something, but not Wilhelm.
Wilkins?
But
Wilkin.
Wilkin. Yeah, it's Wilkin. I would just be like, hey, you all remember that guy that like was basically my captive, but like I thought we were friends, and I told him to like get out of this life of crime and go be a real person.
He lives here. I'm talking about my mom. What is wrong with you, Scar?
I know.
What are you talking about her now?
I'm saying maybe we could go find Wilkin's house. This is where he lives. He lives in Addis Bounty.
Scar, that's a great idea and all, but what are you going to do? Commandeer his farm and tie him up and make him your friend? Like,
listen, I saved his life.
Hold on.
He owes me.
At that point, when Saph's, at this point, Cicoba comes into the room, and she's wearing a bathrobe, and she says, "Oh, sounds like a good time," and goes to like the kitchen.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
That is not your friend.
You broke Nova.
Slow burn. Okay. Whew.
I can't hear what you said.
You had to remember what you said in order for it to get the why that was funny.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to stop everyone while you all were mid role play. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm not saying he's my. Listen, I get that y'all think that he's not my friend, but I saved his life and set him on the right path. He owes me. He will take us in. Watch. I bet you.
Take a big gulp of water and just shake my head. Look at Drew.
What other options do we have? We can't go stay at a tavern. We're wanted, remember?
Drew, what is your history modifier?
+4.
You just remembered that you heard from Agamir today, too.
Oh. This is literally Nathan, like, hey, remember? Hey, remember? Hey, remember?
That was a passive history check on Drew's part.
By the way, I heard from Agamir as well. He says that I'm going to cover my mouth and it's going to sound like Nathan's talking, but it's really me.
Reg has made a deal with people up in the Harbor Coast, and they're willing to help.
Magic.
Well said, Emily. Well said.
Thank you.
I was laughing and I wasn't paying attention.
Reg has been striking deals with merchants up in the Harbor Coast, and he's able to get some help from the Harbor Coast.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with what we're doing right now?
Remember, you sent all of your NPCs off to do other things. Pax, Maxine, Tora, and Talerth went to the Veiled City. Agamir, Fira, Reg, Zuff, and Kira went to the Harbor Coast to try and get help. They just Drew got the message in the morning from Agamir that they had made it to the Harbor Coast and were striking deals.
I get that, but what I mean is, like, what the fuck does that have to do with where we're gonna stay?
So maybe
while we wait for this message.
So maybe we can ask Agamir back if anybody at the Harbor Coast, if an ally knows anywhere we could stay.
That's fair. I didn't get there.
Good idea. I'm gonna text Agamir.
Text.
25 words or less.
Need place to stay in Ada's Bounty. Do you know anyone?
Okay, thanks. Love you. Bye.
Love you, bye.
Is that what you're sending to Agamir?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear back from Agamir after you've all eaten breakfast and just kind of digest everything that Drew has said. Agamir says back, "Have you tried Wilkin?" I'm joking.
I'm gonna do it again. Listen, it's a good joke. It's a great joke, but I'm gonna need you to stop. Oh, so good.
Well, I'm joking. No, I don't know anyone in Ada's Bounty.
You fucking had me going for a second.
Okay. So, like, you okay. Nathan?
Emily?
We're going to Wilkins. That's what we're doing.
I don't want to go to Wilkins because it's going to make Nathan do his sad voice, and I don't like it.
I'm going to get my cell phone and call up Dorena and be like, "We need a place to lay low in Ada's Bounty. Please help." Okay, thanks. Love you. Bye.
I think I'll probably be the next to use the cell phone and probably call Maxine because she's the most connected of all of us.
That's fair, and Drew would never. I'll die before I call Maxine for help.
Listen, we already did when we got the taxi all the way here.
It's fair. Hate it.
So after a little while, Dorena gets back to you, and she says, "I have a contact in Ada's Bounty I trust fairly well. Trezek Broadwing. He's a miller in Ada's Bounty," and she gives you the address.
Man, how fucking funny would it have been if Nathan was like, "His name is Wilkin"? Like, how great.
I was just about to say, we never got Wilkin's last name. What if this is like Wilkin's dad and he works at this mill house? Like,
oh my god.
Oh, that would be very funny. Anyways,
Saph looks mortified and just like head in her hands, just, "Oh no, please no. Please no."
I want to see my friend.
Scar saying, "What if that's his dad?"
Oh, I didn't think that was in character.
I didn't say that in character, but okay.
Sure.
That can be in character. Like, what if it's his dad?
So you look at a map of Ada's Bounty and you figure out the whereabouts. It's of this contact's home, and it is on the lower level of Ada's Bounty, so one step down from where you are right now. But it's not terribly far away. You should be able to get there today. It's a few hours travel.
We need to do a clean sweep before we leave the Pulwit estate and make sure that they cannot trace this back to us in any way.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, roll me a stealth check,
for
everyone.
Cleaning.
So we went
Cleaning
from
montage.
SVU to CSI. Okay.
SVU to CSI.
Nat 20. Oh,
Wait,
I love
what
those.
does cleaning fall under stat wise?
I'm going to say stealth in this case because you're trying to hide up anything that you all would have done.
17.
It has the nat 20 is there. is their paper airplane logo. I love it.
Okay. Thank you all for your roles. I will take them into consideration. Drew, do you write your note down and put it on the door?
Yes.
Oh, would you allow me to do a sleight of hand instead of a stealth?
Yes.
Still dexterity based. Okay.
You didn't have to convince me, yes.
I don't get it.
22.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm confused.
Okay.
Is
So
it just a higher number?
you all pack up and leave?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to think, where do I guess I tell my mom to meet me at the place we're going?
Hold on. Wait, time out. Why? I feel like Scar would have definitely raided this person's house to find any valuables. Like, that seems... I'm already wanted. I might as well just lean into this shit. Did I retroactively do that? Did I find anything valuable? This dude was like an overlord.
To be entirely fair with the mercy thing, it's always like a certain way. If we steal stuff, I feel like it'll make it look like it's not the mercy, and that's good. That's what we want, because we don't want Lily to get caught.
I rolled a 17 for that investigation, I think you said it was? Yeah.
Yes.
So 17, because I rolled a 15 plus 2.
Are you looking for anything specific, just stuff that's easy to carry?
Listen, just valuable. Like, magical gold coins stocked away in a box under mattresses, wherever. I don't know.
You find with that roll, you're looking around, it doesn't look like there's very many magic items around. But in your search in various drawers and kind of ferreted away in little piles here and there are about 1,300 gold coins.
Fuck yeah!
Nice.
Crime pays, kids.
Amazing.
Says the copper pencil.
GP. Listen, I almost have $2,000. Fuck off. Next time you want to buy some stupid little tchotchke, who are you going to look at? Me.
Fantastic. I love it.
So on your way down to the Miller, it was raining yesterday, but it's nice and sunny today, and there are lots of people out working the fields. This is the first time I've literally thought of what time of year it is in Lanimora.
Is it fall?
I'm going to say, yeah, sure. It's fall. It's the fall harvest time. And that makes sense that you're going to a Miller too. Okay. Yeah. It's fall harvest. And
yay, pumpkin spice lattes.
So there are pumpkins being picked. There are, sheaves of wheat being, stacked up to be processed. You see, rows and rows of corn, all of that. And then you see magical plants too, because this is a fantasy game and there are magical plants that are also harvested in the fall.
Yay.
And your trip is pretty uneventful. If you want, you can try and get the pulse of the people around, but if not, then you arrive at Trezek Broadwing's place.
Okay.
So you arrive and you see it in big, bold letters on a signpost. It says Broadwing Milling. And there's a little icon of a millstone as well.
Okay.
It's a fairly nice establishment. It looks like they've got a windmill in the back that actually does all the milling. There are a few smaller ox-powered mills as well, and the front house is also part of the storefront for this place. It looks like they don't do direct to consumer, but it is like a storefront for like bulk ordering of flour and all of that.
So we're at Costco's. Got it.
Yeah, but if it was just flour.
Does it look busy?
This early in the morning, it's not super busy. Most of the activity is actually out in the fields with the wheat being harvested and moved out to the milling areas. So, no, as far as customers go, it's not busy.
All right. I say we make our way inside then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I knock on the door. Or is it just like an open business front?
How does the store?
It's an open business front. You don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to knock.
I just open the door then, and we go through.
Little bell goes ding-a-ling, ding. And no one comes right away. But then you hear from the back, "I'll be right with you." And
Okay.
Sidebar, I hate when you go into businesses and their door jingles when you walk in. It freaks me out. I don't like my presence being announced.
well, have I got a bad news for you about this establishment, which you already know. So after about 30 seconds, less than a minute, red dragonborn in just workman's clothes comes through. He's wearing an apron. His apron is dusted with flour all over it. He says, "Hello, I'm Trezek Broadwing, of Broadwing Milling. How are you? How can I help you? Do you need flour?"
Hi. Out of character, is there anybody else in this storefront?
No.
Okay. I approach him and I motion for him to like to whisper towards him. And I go, "The Knights of Halartha need your help."
Ah, well, that's a fairly large shipment, but if you come with me right this way, we can get you all sorted. And he looks around and he gestures towards one of the back rooms.
I'm going to have my hand on my weapon just in case. I don't...
As you're walking back, you see there are a few other individuals that would have been in earshot. So it was a good thing that you whispered. And he walks you back and to what looks like a purchasing conference room where they would do big deals with, bakeries and all that kind of stuff to get the orders in, and they would haggle over prices and all of that. But he ushers you all in, all six of you, and closes the door behind and says, "Well, the Knights of Halartha, huh? Okay. Well, you know my name. I'm Trezek."
Hi, I'm Saph.
Just freely giving out our names?
Karen. Ivy.
Me and Drew are not dumb. I don't want to give my name. I'm just gonna nod my head. Hi.
Same.
Anyway, I'm gonna say, does Dorena have a title, like general or something, or commander or something like that?
I've never known Dorena to have such
out
lofty,
of character. I'm asking you as
out
DM.
of character. Oh, no.
Okay.
No, she doesn't.
You just say Dorena sent us.
So, yeah, I say Dorena sent us.
Oh, okay, well,
we need a place to lie low and work from.
Okay, well, you can't work out of the the milling shop, but you can definitely have. I have some space in my home where you can stay.
That'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you. Can I roll an insight on him?
Yes, please do.
I'm being all friendly and shit, but I'm kind of like still wary. 15.
I can't imagine why. What have I done to you that would make you wary? A 15, you said. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's genuine. He seems like a genuinely nice person. He's got kind of that what kind of energy does he have?
He's got like hippie dad energy, I feel like.
Yeah. He's
or just dad energy.
He's got dad energy. He's like, you know, that this guy has always kind of been the dad of the friend group. He may not necessarily have children of his own, but he's always going to make sure you get home okay type energy. He's now that you see him a little more closely, he's an older dragonborn, and you can see that he's got a dad bod as far as dragonborns go.
Does he have New Balances on?
Yeah, he's wearing New Balances, and he's wearing like glasses with the rimless glasses too. You see under the flower funny. On the apron, it actually says "Kiss the Cook."
This is adorable.
So yeah, that's the energy that Trezek gives off, and you feel like he's being genuine. And you got the you got his contact name and everything directly from Dorena, so you feel pretty good about the info she gave. I mean, as
do you
far
know
as
anyone named Wilkin?
I'm sorry, who?
Wilkin.
Is that Wilfred's kid?
I knew you were going to do some shit like that.
I mean, maybe?
Well, I don't know.
I met him in passing. Just told me to look him up whenever I was in Addis Bounty.
I mean, I personally don't know any Wilkin, but I know that Wilfred has a kid. It might be Wilkin, might be Wilson or Wilbert. They do it's the will thing. They just go down the line.
That's great. That's so great. But so
are they a friend of yours or?
Yeah, just a person I met in a tavern once, and you know we hit it off. So they said if you're ever in Addis Bounty, look me up. Just wondering.
Saph looks mortified.
Well, yeah, Wilfred's right across the street over that way. He does.
I'm always like, Nathan, why did you do this?
I don't know what it's. Squash and beans this time of year, I think. But yeah, all types of
guys,
stuff.
That's going to be my side episode. Just saying.
I quick turn to Scar and I go, "We are not seeing Wilkin. You cannot see that kid."
Listen, Tiny, you don't tell me what to do.
Anyway, I turn back to Trezek and I go, "Thank you for your kindness and generosity. So where's your housing?"
It's on the property here. It's okay. From here, you take this door out. He closes his eyes and he goes, "We're the fourth unit on the left side.
4th unit left side.
Up the stairs.
Upstairs. Got it. Okay.
So here's the key.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't lose it.
Okay. Thank you again. And I start walking to where he said.
Okay. You head up to the unit that Trezek indicated to you, and you see that it's an apartment. It's not super well appointed, but it's comfortable enough. There's, it looks like there's 2 rooms, 2 sleeping areas, and living space. with a cooking pit that you can use as well. So you see that one of the rooms is empty, but there is one room that must be the one that Trezek uses to sleep. You can see his clothes around and see that there's linens on the bed, freshly made bed.
Okay, we go inside and I turn to everyone and I go, so what now?
Wait.
I was gonna say I'm the wrong person to ask. This is Drew's driving this train.
Your note said specifically Trezek Broadwing's place.
Yes. I want to say I probably said like Broadwing Milling or like something like that. Like not exactly like his house, but like the company. And I'm gonna put the symbol, the I'm here symbol on the door frame. It's small, so it's not like he'd notice it, but like it's small. So she knows she's in the right place.
What time of day is it?
It's just after noon. It probably took you about 2 or 3 hours to get down here.
All right. Lunch, anyone? And start cooking.
Okay. You all make your lunch, do all that. The afternoon passes without much activity at all. Drew, can you roll me an Arcana check, please?
14.
Okay. Now that you have this amulet, have you been doing anything with it recently, or have you just been kind of wearing it? And I don't know. Is Drew a fidgeter? Does she like?
Most likely she fidgets with stuff. But I'd also say, do I feel like I need to attune myself to this?
No, you don't. It doesn't. It's a strange thing. It doesn't feel inherently magical to you. Mm-hmm. You obviously remember the time when it was calling to you and you like lunged out to try and grab it, but you don't feel any of that sensation washing over you. If you're fidgeting with it, I think it feels more like a comfort than anything else. When you hold it in the hand that the brand was on, it feels better in that hand than it does in your other hand if you're switching back and forth. But as far as any magical properties to it goes, it doesn't really seem to be having any magical effects. You don't feel any different holding it or wearing it or anything. Even moving through at his bounty that whole time, you didn't feel any draw one way or the other to any particular direction.
Okay.
Right. So afternoon passes. There's no change in anything. Are you all are still just laying low? You're not investigating the milling company at all. Just kind of staying holed up until you figure out what's going on with Drew's mom.
I would like to do like a light search of the apartment, just to kind of make sure that this guy is like above board.
Okay. Roll me an investigation, please.
Oof. Do I happen to have inspiration by any chance?
I'm sure you do.
Okay, thank you. Ooh. 24.
Okay. You look through the apartment itself. You're looking for anything that would indicate kind of what Trezik's about? Like, see if there's any skeletons in the closet, so to speak?
Yeah, basically. But not like to the point of overturning everything and making it look like I was suspicious all along. That kind of
You are looking around. He seems to live a pretty simple life, at least here in the living quarters. The vibe that you get is that he really just, sometimes sets a pot on the stove to cook while he's working at the mill, and he spends the majority of his time out and about in the facility itself. But you do notice that there's a bedside table with a drawer in it. And you open the drawer and see that there are a few scraps of parchment, and there's an inkwell with a quill as well. And it looks like someone's been working on his poetry.
Oh my god.
They're not addressed to anyone, but there are a few poems in there. There's like no false bottom in the drawer or anything like that you can see. Really, that's the only thing that's got anything with his hand on it. There are no hidden compartments around the place that you notice, and it's pretty plain. It's not really anything to write home about.
Okay. I don't read the poetry and invade his private hobby. So I just put it all back and
thank you, because I did not want to come up with a poem on the spot. Thank you.
I figured.
If I had even a fucking spork left, I would have asked you to do a poem.
Yeah, I'm kind of flaking out in my head too, so I would have asked, but I'm not all here.
So you're just lucky.
Yep.
Thank you. This is what I get.
You don't deserve it. Just kidding.
Is there an outside courtyard or something in the apartment area?
There's a little communal area where it looks like some of the other employees that work here can kind of gather and hang out. There's like a long table down there where they can have communal meals and all that kind of thing. It's not really a courtyard. It's just kind of a nice little seating area outside.
Okay. Does it look like a place? Is there anybody out there right now?
Yeah, there's someone out there.
Okay. So I would like to take Cicoba with me and go to the courtyard and bring a drink and my pipe and have a smoke and a drink with Cicoba.
Okay. Are you sitting close to the? It's two people who are out there. There's an orc and a gnome out there right now.
Depends on how loud they are, but I'd like to try and be able to overhear them, but not sit right next to them to be able to overhear them.
Okay.
To make it obvious.
You want to make it obvious, or you don't want to make it obvious?
To not make it obvious.
Okay, roll me a stealth, please. To not be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. You play it real smooth and cool. You and Cicoba sit down, and you've got your pipe and your drink, and you're just having a good time, kind of quietly chatting. In the time that you're there, roll me a perception, please.
Okay. 17.
Okay. You hear the orc. It's an orc woman and a gnome woman too. And they're out there, and you hear the orc woman say to the gnome pretty quietly, "It's been a good harvest this year. It's pretty good. I might be able to send off and maybe make a trip over to maybe to the Bay of Iron. I hear the Mithril Peninsula is pretty nice this time of year." And the gnome goes, "Yeah, I've got family over that way. It's it's really nice, actually. I really love. I just love the fall and on the peninsula. It's great. That sea air and the mixed with the smell of And she stops. And if you look over, it looks like she's noticed that you all are there. And mixed with the smell of the forge is burning. It's magical. Hey, you're some new faces over there. Have you ever been to the Mithril Peninsula? Cicoba's actively trying to hide her face.
Can't I turn to them and I say, "Can't say that we have. We're first timers in Ada's bounty, even."
You gonna be working with Trezek for a while then?
Could be. Do you work with him?
Yeah, he's a good guy. Good guy.
Good. What do you do?
Oh, we well, hi, my name. Shit, I should have the fucking name generator open when I said who it was. My name is Finepe, and I work on harvests. And this is Bulak. She works up in marketing right now. Yeah, marketing. So it's a good little business. We we all look out for each other. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Myrna, and my girlfriend Ivy.
Oh, Myrna, Ivy. Nice to meet you. I hope to see you around here soon. What divisions are y'all going to be working in?
Oh, we don't know yet. We just got here today.
Oh, I haven't been assigned yet. I got you. Yeah. Well, hey, if you end up in harvest, make sure you stay on the western side. It'll keep you busy, but it makes the day go by faster. Sure does.
Being busy or just being on the western side?
Yeah, on the western side, it'll keep you busy all day. If you stay on the east side, sometimes it just goes a little slow. But yeah, western side is good. You get into the groove of it. It's really good. Really good. Yeah, you'll fit in soon enough, But hey, if you do ever get to the Mithril Peninsula, make sure that you go to Sherog's Shellfish. You hear Sherog's Shellfish? Yeah, in the Bay of Iron.
Okay.
It's some of the best oysters you've ever had. I tell you.
Oh, I love oysters. Great. I'll have to check it out. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll see you around. And Finepe and Bulak get up and they head into one of the other units nearby.
I turn to Cicoba. I go, well, they don't seem suspicious.
No.
Maybe we can trust this guy.
Well, I certainly hope so. Terena gave us his name, so I'm not getting any weird vibes at all. It feels good here. Heck, if I didn't want to, she trails off and kind of goes distant. I was about to say, if once I got back to being a mantle, but I don't know if I want that. I hadn't really thought about that. Maybe I'll just stick around here and just become a miller. They seem nice enough people.
Yeah, I mean, that's an option for sure. Do you have what else do you want to do? Have you thought about it?
I mean, honestly, no. I mean, it's the I've really not been thinking of anything else other than, stopping. She looks around to see if anyone's around. Stop Test Vegan Kelvin, and their host, whatever they want to call it. But I've just been thinking so much about stopping them that I haven't really thought about what I want to do when that's done. I mean, if we even succeed, I mean, who knows?
I put my hand on her hand, and I go, "Of course, we'll be able to stop them."
Yeah, of course we will. Yeah.
And then I just hope that after it's all said and done, maybe I could find something to do as well.
Yeah, well, hey, maybe we'll figure it out together, right?
I big smile, and I go, "I'd like that."
Cicoba squeezes Saph's hand. And says, "I'd like that too."
Squeeze.
So, you all enjoy the rest of your time in that little on that bench, just smoking your pipe and drinking your drink, just chit chatting about what you all want to do in the future. It feels good probably to, I don't want to speak for Saph, but it feels good to be thinking of something that's not taking down the host for the first time in a while.
I think I'm just happy that Cicoba's not harping on it currently and is able to kind of think happy thoughts in general. Mm-hmm. So I'm just happy that she's seemingly happy about talking about her future plans.
Yeah, this is the first time that you've really noticed her thinking forward like that too, because when you all met, it was trying to figure out who murdered Perdor, the Golden Mantle of Fellows, and then it was immediately went into being betrayed by Tasvik and everything. So she's either been worrying about finding about her colleague who had been murdered, and then right into being on the run.
And then, also she was recovering from great injury during a lot of that time too.
Mm-hmm.
She's been through some trauma.
Yeah.
Babe needs a break.
She does. So it's good to see her thinking about the future and doing all that kind of stuff. For the first time in a while, for sure.
It's also adorable that Safina's kind of helping her through her work through her shit.
So, yeah.
Also, in that little segue area, I would like to make the joke of, "Hey, so I called you my girlfriend."
Did I miss it?
I thought I didn't hear that either.
Yeah, I said, my name's Myrna, and this is my girlfriend Ivy.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Man, that was subtle.
Yeah, that was good. I didn't catch it either. All right. So you all have dinner, and have not heard anything. You all turn in for the night and figure out how to somehow fit 6 people in one sleeping quarter and a living area, but you do it.
We've been through worse. I'm just going to say that.
Trezek comes back at the end of the day and says, "Oh, how are you all? Is there anything that you need? How are you fitting in? Is there anything I can get you? Anything? Anyone?"
You've been great. Thank you.
I've been working, but yeah, if there's anything you need, just I'm the big red one.
Cool. Thanks, Dad. I mean, Trezek.
Daddy, sorry.
Actually, I was more thinking of when Jake accidentally calls Captain Holt Dad a bunch of times in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like, because he's got dad issues, and like Scar definitely has parental issues because like orphan. But like that was where my head was going. But that's also good. Sorry, Dad. Sorry.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna turn in. I've got an early morning, so.
Do you need any help milling things? I'm pretty strong. See?
That's why we have the oxes in the wind. I mean, if you want, I can give one of my oxes a break and let you push it.
I look at him deadpan and I go, she'd probably actually like that.
Very well. I'll keep it in mind.
Our training montage. It's a montage.
You never know when one of the oxes is going to fall ill, so. All right. Well, you all have a good night. If you need anything, I'm right here. And he goes to his room, closes the door. You all turn in for the night. Drew, how are you feeling now that it's nighttime?
Better, probably.
Emily looked so startled. Me? You're talking to me? Why? Oh, God. It was like being called on in class for a second there.
Yeah, I hate it. Drew feels better that it's nighttime. She likes the nighttime more than the daytime.
Yes. Good. So the night comes, and does Drew take her trance as soon as it's nighttime, or she sets herself up with some tea and one of her books, maybe looks over the grimoire a little bit? What is Drew's nighttime routine?
Probably that one with the tea.
Yeah. So you put a pot on and flipping through the pages of the grimoire. You are feeling nothing coming from the amulet still.
When I trance tonight, I'm gonna trance holding the amulet and see if I can talk to my dad one more time, ask him a question. How I'm supposed to use this.
Okay. So you finish your pre-trance nighttime routine, and then you head into trance then?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you say you hold the amulet and try and contact the shepherd?
I'm going to say that I hold the amulet and think my question over and over and over in my head in order to trance, and hope I get an answer. You feel?
Okay.
How do I use this amulet?
Yeah. So you have the amulet in your hand while you're trancing and you're thinking of your question, and in your trance, because it's a dreamlike state, it's like lucid dreaming, kind of. And you imagine yourself in the soul void again.
Soup.
Good soup.
Good soup.
You imagine yourself in the soul void. You see, you know that you're not actually in the soul void this time. Like the last few times that you've been there, it felt real. This is, your remembrance of it, so to speak. But in your remembrance, you kind of are moving through the states of your trance, and you're still thinking that question: how do I use this amulet? How do I use this amulet? And you suddenly see an image come through the soul void itself. It kind of materializes in front of you, a map of the world of Lanimora. And you see the map in your head. You see Tor, you see Alari, you see Aluz down at the south. And you see that there are some pulses of light in Ada's Bounty. In a vague approximation of probably where you are. And you see you see those pulses go off in a bunch of different directions. And they'll go for a little while. One will go north, it'll go for a while, and then it'll stop, and then it'll go back to where it started, and then it'll go off in a different direction, and then it'll stop, and it'll come back. And it does that a bunch of different times, and it looks like whatever it's happening is these lights are changing their mind and realizing they're not getting what they're needing, is kind of the feel that you're getting in the trance. And roll me an Arcana.
14. Getting a lot of 14s this episode.
You remember reading one of the books in the catacombs that kind of touched on divination magic. And, it's the magic of probability and, foretelling the future and all of that stuff. And you remember something about divination magic being exact, except it's not until it is. And it feels similar to what you're seeing here. So there's some sort of divination happening, but it's stuck. Is the best way you can think of it. And it just keeps running through a loop.
How do you fix it? Sorry, and not like I'm there.
Good question. How do you fix it? I don't know what's happening. What are you talking about?
It's almost like sonar, right? And it's like like when they're on a boat or a submarine and the sonar's going off and it's looking, and when it pings something, it'll show up on the screen. That's kind of like what's happening, but like it's not pinging anything. It's not. So it's almost like there's a part missing, I guess.
So instead of rings of sonar going out, it looks more to you like it's webs of magic, consciousness. Who knows? But it looks like webs coming out from a single point, kind of where you are. How heavy of a trancer is Drew?
Heavy.
Heavy trancer.
She thick.
So, your trance continues without. It's basically that. You eventually, I guess, move on to another phase of your trance once that seems like it's going to be fruitless. right?
Mm-hmm.
And then your 4 hours are up and you're feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, ready for your post-trance tea.
Sounds
That's
good.
pre-trance tea, it's time for your post-trance tea.
Sounds good.
Are you doing anything else in the wee hours of the morning?
I can go check the door frame.
Okay. You go to unlock the door, and as you touch the door handle, you feel a little weird. Like as you touch the door handle, there's like, those buzzers, those buzzer toys that kind of they send a shock to you. It kind of feels like that, but not as strong. It's just kind of like you have pins and needles for a second, and you shake it off. I imagine you open the door, and as you open the door, you see, with her hand raised, about to knock on the door, is Leandria.
What?
And that's where we're going to end this week's episode.
Oh,
Chris,
thank God. I don't have the spoons. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do that to you. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Legends of Lanimora podcast. I hope that you had a great time listening. I had a great time DMing, and I hope that my players had a great time playing. At the end of every episode, I name a legend and a lol, and the legend this week is going to be Saph.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. For going downstairs to see what those two milling employees were doing. Wait, did I say the lol or the legend? Yeah, you're the legend. For asking what those two milling employees were doing so that I could figure out what fantasy work conversations sound like.
Okay.
Trying to channel my energy of working in an office job and what that would look like for a fantasy world. So thank you for that opportunity, Saph.
You're very welcome.
for trying to get that hot goss. The lull this week. Oh, me for not having fantasy name generator open when I'm playing D&D. So yeah, if you want to reach out to us on social media, you can do that where, Nicole?
You can do that on Twitter at LanimoraPod and at Novi_studio. You can go there and talk with us, or if you want to talk to any of us personally, you can find me at Nicole the Nerdy.
You can find me at _NovaGamer.
I'm at Neurotic Good.
And you can find me at _SquidToaster.
We also have a website. Lots of great stuff on there. It's novistudio.io. Ton of cool stuff up there, like an about section where you can get to know us. And there's a ton of artwork and our merch store.
Our merch store. We have shirts, we have mugs, we have stickers, we have everything you could possibly want to own that reps Novi. Legends of Lanimora, City and Snow, Let's Talk About It, and What's What with Dilly and Dally. Also on our merch store, you can find digital downloads of our mini prequel campaign, Into Depths and Darkness, set 10 years before the events of Season 1. Find out what really transpired between Dr. Milo Thornburn, Kelvin, and Mara on tour. We also have the Homebrew Pact of the Shepherd Warlock worksheet if you want to follow along or use it in your own game.
We'd love it if you could leave us a quick review on your podcasting platform of choice. If you enjoy the show, tell your friends about us. New episodes come out every other Tuesday, so stay tuned.
Yes, please stay tuned to Legends of Lanimora and our other Novi content. We've got our sibling podcast, City and Snow, coming out on the off Tuesdays from Legends. It takes place in the same world of Lanimora, 127 ages in the past. Also check out What's What with Dilly and Dally, talk show with Nicole and Emily. Let's Talk About It, hosted by our good friend Lex, is an interview-style talk show that's always comical, sometimes emotional, but always educational. Also, be sure, we mentioned this in the last episode, but also be sure to go check out divergentmindsclub.com for all of your pressure point, stimming, and chewy jewelry for autism and ADHD. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode of Legends of Lanimora podcast. I hope that you had... Yes, thank you, Nicole. repping the merch.
It's pretty.
The DMC merch.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks. Do it again in 2 weeks. And do it next week, too. And do it on the other days our show's coming out.
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yes, Wednesdays. Every Wednesday and Thursday we've got something coming out. Anyway, talk. Bye. Let's be legends.
Let's be legends.
God.
God.